viewers, and welcome to the weekend wrap of the coronavirus-induced lockdown. Well, this is week 6 of India lockdown, and just a day ago, the government had further extended the nationwide lockdown until 2 weeks, effective from May 4th. The third phase of lockdown will continue until May 17th. The MHA has issued new guidelines based on the risk profiling of the districts into red, green, and orange zones, with some relaxations in the green and orange zones. 130 districts are in the red zone, 284 in the orange zone, and 319 in the green zone. Zoning is based mainly on 4 factors, namely incidence of COVID-19 cases, doubling rate, the extent of testing, and surveillance feedback. This week, MHA has also allowed the movement of migrant workers, pilgrims, tourists, and students stranded at different places. MHA has asked states to designate nodal authorities and to develop standard protocols for receiving and sending such persons. Buses were allowed for transportation. Meanwhile, the Indian Railways decided to run Shramik special trains for stranded persons. These special trains will be run from point to point on the request of both the state governments and follow the standard protocols for sending and receiving stranded persons. The central bank on Monday announced 50,000 crore liquidity support for mutual funds. The move came after Franklin Templeton decided to close 6 debt funds. Under this scheme, RBI will provide funds to banks at lower rates, and banks can avail funds for exclusively meeting the liquidity requirements of mutual funds. Well, Indian film industry lost 2 of its finest actors this week. Irfan Khan passed away at the age of 53 on Wednesday after a long battle with a rare form of cancer. Veteran actor Rishi Kapoor passed away at a Mumbai hospital on Thursday. The 67-year-old had been ailing for a while. After being diagnosed with cancer in 2018, he underwent treatment in New York for almost a year. Former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan said that it was all too easy to have a lockdown forever, but that would not be sustainable for the economy. Infosys founder Narayan Murthy said that India could see more deaths due to hunger than from the pandemic if it continues to remain in lockdown, and the government should facilitate the return to work of able-bodied people while protecting the most vulnerable. Mahindra Group chairman Anand Mahindra vouched for a comprehensive lifting of the nationwide lockdown, cautioning that doing otherwise could make industrial recovery painfully slow. The nationwide lockdown hit the auto industry quite hard. India's largest car maker Maruti Suzuki India posted 0 sales in the domestic market for April 2020. Now let's take you through some major news straight from Dalal Street that made headlines this week. Hopes of stimulus and positive development on the COVID-19 vaccine front gave the markets a real boost as Nifty and Sensex ended higher on all 4 days this week. During the holiday-shortened week, Sensex rallied 7.63% while Nifty surged 7.7%. Reliance Industries announced its March quarter results on Thursday and also unveiled India's biggest rights issue of Rs 53,000 crore. The rights issue will help Reliance Industries get closer to realizing its debt-free dream. RBI on Thursday announced extension of shortened timings of 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for money markets until further notice. The Fed left its interest rates near zero on Wednesday and repeated a vow to use its full range of tools to shore up an economy hammered by the pandemic. Moving on to the international front, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un made his first public appearance in 20 days. He celebrated the completion of a fertilizer factory near Pyongyang, thereby ending an absence that had triggered global rumors that he may be seriously ill. The Korean Central News Agency reported that Kim attended the ceremony with other senior officials, including his sister Kim Yo-jong, who many analysts predicted would take over if her brother is suddenly unable to rule. US President Donald Trump Thursday said he was confident that the coronavirus may have originated in a Chinese virology lab. He declined to describe the evidence, ratcheting up tensions with Beijing over the origins of the deadly outbreak. He also hinted at imposing tariffs on China, but ruled out considering cancelling of US debt obligations to the country as a punishment for the coronavirus. US scientists hailed a potential breakthrough in the coronavirus fight as a trial showed patients responding to an antiviral drug. COVID-19 patients on the antiviral drug named Remdesivir recovered about 30% faster than those on a placebo. It represents the first time any medication has shown to improve outcomes against a COVID-19 illness which has claimed more than 2 lakh lives globally and brought the world economy to a grinding halt. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said Britain is past the peak of its coronavirus outbreak. The UK Prime Minister said he will set out a comprehensive plan next week on how to restart the economy, reopen schools, and help people travel to work following the coronavirus lockdown. As of Saturday 9 am, total cases in India have risen to 37,336 with more than 1,200 deaths so far. India had 27,892 confirmed cases, including 20,835 active cases, 6,184 discharge cases, and 872 deaths when this week started. The global tally of COVID positive cases, according to WHO, now stands at 31,81,642. More than 2,24,000 people have died as of May 1st because of this pandemic. Now, as we move on to round 3 of India lockdown, we at ET Online will keep you updated with the top stories of the day. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and keep watching this space.